Our school was started in 1922, so we're getting ready to celebrate our centennial. It was started as a progressive education school based on the teachings of John Dewey. We started off in somebody's home near the Children's Museum here in Indianapolis, and we got the name the Orchard School because there were trees on that property. We're preschool through 8th grade, and we have 43 acres of property and about 20 of that under wood. Nature as Teacher is one of our 4 cornerstones, and most of our outdoor education and play takes place here out in the woods. This is our 99th season of making maple syrup. It is something we have done since the first year of school. Big tradition. Mr. Fred Lorenz was instrumental once we moved to this property. We are very lucky to have a roofed sugar shack that we use for boiling down. But when Fred first started, it literally was a fire. And if it was raining, you were wet. And if it was sunny, you were dry. And then from there, Diana Schellhaus was our outdoor ed coordinator for 35 years, and she carried on the tradition as well. All right, we're gonna go this way. Let's go find a maple tree.
Let's go!
I use the maple syruping as a 1st grade science unit. Does this look like it might be a maple tree?
Yeah.
How do we know? What makes it a maple tree? Levi, what's one thing? Opposite branching. So the branches make a what letter? V or a Y, right. Okay, what's another thing, Tallulah?
And throughout the unit, Orchard students learn the entire syruping process, starting with, well, knowing when to start.
When the leaves start dropping off, and it's when the nights get shorter and the days get longer. So the buds are like, I'm thirsty when the tree's awake. It's kind of in the winter and the fall is like between. So we know that at winter, the syrup is running, so the taps can catch all the syrup into the buckets. It has to be above 32 degrees and below 42, I think. 32. Yeah, 32 degrees.
You go to number 5.
Okay, so we know when to start. What else are we gonna need?
Sap. Sap? Sap. Just sap. Maple sap.
That's it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gotta be harder than that.
Yeah, no. Nothing else. Just sap. And a fireplace right over there. Yeah. Sap and just the fire.
Different people do it different ways, but here at Orchard School, we start a fire and we just cook it down and evaporate away 93% of the water and go from a whole bunch of water with a little bit of sugar, which is sap, to a whole bunch of sugar with a little bit of water, which is syrup.
Starting and maintaining the fire, which can burn all day during syruping season, is Mrs. P's job. But the kids help, as they do with every part of the process. And while they're working, they're learning, whether they realize it or not.
There are many, many different kinds of skills, starting with reading thermometers, skip counting by 2, skip counting by 5, so there's a lot of math in there. We're looking for that magic number of 32 degrees, so we're asking, is it greater than, is it less than? So lots of comparisons. We have to measure the circumference of the tree to make sure that it's large enough to tap without stressing the tree. And then science-wise, it's just loaded. You've got the water cycle in action.
Wait, water cycle? What's that?
Guys, ready? Yeah. Ready? Ava, you can just follow us. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Condensation, precipitation. I think we're doing it backwards. Evaporation, condensation, precipitation, collection.
So which part of the water cycle? Evaporation. And it's fun to watch them piece it all together, because especially, you do the water cycle and inside your classroom, they don't understand it. But then when you see that steam, you see that little light bulb like, oh, evaporation right in front of me. The caramelizing of the sugar, as it heats, it starts to turn brown, so the kids can understand that. Just lots and lots of stuff that goes on in a very simple unit of making maple syrup.
Speaking of which, is this process gonna take long?
Probably a couple of days. A long time. A while. Long. Very, very long. Like 8 hours. 3 days. Or 8 hours. 8 hours. 8 hours. 8 hours. You have to boil it for 8 hours. To take away all the water. Yeah, you take away all the water, then it's just syrup. Well, there's some water in it. Yeah. Enough water to make it. But yeah. Syrup. That's it. That's it. And then you eat it.
Oh, good. That's the best part. Any suggestions?
Pancakes? Actually, no, may not pancakes. I would say French toast because I like about it because the French toast gives them a lot more flavor. Pancakes. 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 Especially banana pancakes. With a little touch of ice cream. I've done it before. It tastes good. Pancakes. And I mostly like it with the Orchard's pancakes. That's my third favorite. Waffles. Funfetti waffles. Pancakes. 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 Waffles. Pancakes. Pancakes or waffles? Same. My favorite is that you put what was it? Sugar on ice. Sugar on snow. Snow. It's snow. Sugar on snow. Pancakes. Snow. Yeah, snow. So first you make a slushy. Yeah. Like a cup of smushed ice. Yeah. And then you put maple syrup on it, and that's it. That's it. Yeah, it's called sugar on snow. It's the best thing you could ever eat. Yeah. Yeah, that's my favorite too. I sometimes do it with ice cream, but a lot of sugar. Yeah, I don't want to waste my dessert time.
As for Mrs. P?
Well, I'm really, really biased because you don't want to tape this. I don't like maple syrup. So it's too sweet for me. It makes my teeth ring.
At the end of the season, after the trees are identified and tapped, the buckets filled and carried, and the syrup cooked and bottled, the whole school gets a taste.
Our job as the Orchard School Maple Syrup Company is to provide the syrup for our all-school community pancake day that we do. It's 500 people come for pancakes. And so our goal is to provide the real deal from our woods. And so we need a minimum of 3 gallons for that. We shoot for 5 gallons so everybody can have plenty of syrup on their pancakes. What I see from the kids is they're so proud. They're so proud of what they're able to do. They are excited to be a part of a big tradition. And I think they get a better understanding for how hard it is to do when they have to carry those buckets and oh, this is heavy and whoa, or they fall and they spill it on themselves and they realize that, there's a lot of work that goes into having a simple serving of syrup on your pancakes. They're 6 and 7 years old and a part of a very important tradition at our school. And when you're 6 and 7, it's really hard to find something that you're good at. And this is something that they all have a very important role, and no matter how big or how old they are, they can be a part of it. I love this process. It is, for me, a really special thing to get to be a part of. But ultimately, their excitement and their joy fills my bucket, pardon the pun.